XDC is showing strength in the market while weaker tokens are getting left behind. Today there was only 68 tokens launched on Pump Fund, and that's a drop from 215 yesterday. Investors are clearly wanting utility after losing time and time again on meme coins. And XDC has use case in tokenization of real world assets and trade finance. It's not just got millions, but billions and potentially even trillions over the long term heading its way. If you don't believe me, watch the video and let me know what you think. So if you're a holder of XDC or just enjoy watching the XDC videos, be sure to leave a like down below. And with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder for every video that we do that this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now, the first thing I want to get into is the main difference between meme coins and utility and what's taking place in the market right now. Here we can see the tokens being issued on Pump Fund decreasing month by month and week by week. And when it comes to these meme coins, these tokens launched out of nowhere, the only difference between them is the name, the logo, and the amount they're willing to spend for marketing and how relevant that is in terms of pop culture, memes, what's popping off, that sort of thing. But when it comes to utility tokens, this is not something that can be created within a day, within a month, or even within a year to replicate the projects that we speak about. For example, with XDC being part of the TFD initiative, being alongside these asset managers, these banks, being a technology provider for this cannot be replicated. And we know that cryptocurrency, in a general sense, is player versus player. Some coins win, some do well, and some go to zero. It's more brutal when it comes to meme coins, and especially Pump Fund, as this chart is showing. When it comes to utility tokens, as Tokenizer states here, it's more of a collaborative process. We do not see these tokens in direct competition. They're working towards the same end goal, regulated DLT utility. Now, moving on to what utility is going on with XDC is the partnership with Archax. Now, originated back in December of 2024, we can see them forming a partnership to drive innovation and growth in real world asset tokenization. And they are the UK's first FCA regulated digital securities exchange broker and custodian. And an update in February to their partnership where they did the tokenization of money market funds. So here we see a post by XDC. So the first tokenized funds include some of the world's largest money market funds from BlackRock, Fidelity, Aberdeen, and State Street. So now XDC have an indirect connection to BlackRock, Aberdeen, who are part of the Hedera's governing council because their funds are tokenized using the XDC network. And so we're seeing institutional adoption in real time, where XDC is being used in regulated financial products. If this is not one of the biggest use cases in 2025, I don't know what is. Now, going more into the money market funds, we can see that they're government bonds, treasury bills, commercial paper, certificates of deposit. It's just a way for institutional investors to park their cash for minimal risk and small returns. Now, why was XDC chosen with this? Because they're built with these use cases in mind. These projects on the channel are always chosen for these institutional level projects because XDC itself is a hybrid blockchain, right? It's public and private. It's ensuring security while also being transparent. It's regulatory ready and it's interoperable, right? These tokenized money market funds can integrate with other blockchains and financial systems. And coming back to the post, we can see this unlocks institutional access to highly liquid money market funds via blockchain. It's bridging traditional finance to Web3, and it's aligning with that long-term, market growth goal of 16 trillion by 2030 for tokenization of RWAs. Now, this is very bullish when you think about the market share, the market capture in relation to XDC's market cap of 1.2 billion. But it's more exciting when you think about the majority of the real world asset tokenization platforms are unregulated, right? Illegal security offerings because it's in the early stages. They do not comply with security regulations. When it comes to these tokenization platforms like XDC, Archax, they are complying with the regulations, and that's essential for the long term and why I'm invested in XDC for the long term. And this market is very large. But let's not forget XDC's original mission. the tokenization or the digitization of trade finance. Now, trade finance has a lot of inefficiencies, and XDC solves them. A big one being paper. Right, if you go back to the Electronic Trade Documents Act, the majority of international trade still being in paper. This bill gives digital documents the same legal standing as paper, which is great for XDC as they digitize the whole process. And let me play a little clip here from the CEO of XDC Trade Network.
And the gap, how is it going to come down? Because 2.3, 2.5 trillion dollar has to come to trade. And how is it going to come? It is going to come from anybody who is not doing trade finance yet. So there's a lot of money sitting outside wanting to be deployed. I mean, we know there is always a room for new instrument, and trade finance is a very good instrument. It has a very low rate of default, and there's always a asset behind these trade documents. So that makes a active participation from all the funds which are not participating in the trade today. So they suddenly have access to huge trades which are now being done digitally.
And he goes on to say that 25% bill of lading will be digital in 2025 and 100% in 2030. That's only a 5-year gap, but an insane amount of progress. Everyone in this industry, in trade finance, is set to benefit, like XDC. And also, when we go into that market capture idea, kindly provided by Tokenizer, go and check him out on Twitter. We can start to see even at 0.01% of trade finance, that is higher than today's price with XDC. And that's not even going into 0.5 or 1%. And that can be replicated in the real world asset tokenization market cap of 16 trillion in 5 years. Moving on to the final point, seeing that everything is connected, let's just take this collaboration by Archax, for example. They are partnering with Algorand, Ethereum, Solana, Hedera, Stellar, XDC, and XRP. And that is what happens when you invest into projects with an enterprise and institutional focus that are designed for government, banks, and large corporations. You will see them time and time again tied up in regulated industries. That is why I hold these projects, and that is why I invest for the long term. And when you understand that, the short term, day to day price action does not matter one bit. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. A quick little update on the collaboration, which I think is one of the biggest use cases in 2025. I'm just very hopeful for the long term when it comes to these projects. But if it's found a video, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
One way we can address the trade finance gap is by connecting SME-focused originators, different types, B2B platforms, logistics players, inventory management providers, and alternative lenders with the asset managers. The bridge between both communities, which usually have never met, is all about asset-backed securitization, transforming SME high-yield, low-risk assets, trade assets, into notes that investors can get exposure on at junior level or at a senior tranche level. So that's what we're talking about here at the Investor Day. We are, of course, focusing on collaboration with incumbents, banks, development banks, and credit insurers, which are taking a key risk across the transaction chain, in particular to address the credit risk issues.